Hey, welcome to today's Blitz game. We're playing on the white side against one J Campus 2074 retired. So we started D4, knight f6. We'll continue with C4 and play a normal Queen's Gambit. Okay, so he goes for G6. What do we want to do here? So let's go knight C3 and E4. Let's play something mainline if he goes for a King's Indian. So Bishop E2 and Bishop E3 is a system that is fairly interesting against the King's Indian. The idea is you get this G4. So typically black wants to move the knight somewhere and start going for you over here on the king side. But in a variation like this, we rather get G4 in early and we stop him from coming at us. I'm just wondering now whether I want to start with H3. Because G4 is probably E5, right? He hits us in the center, which is what he should do. Then it gets a bit weird. Maybe then H3. Because if it takes, the reason I'm doing all this, because if it takes, I really wanted my knight to be ready to take back if it takes. But if I go G4, E5, then I can't go knight F3, right? So if I go H3, then it takes, I have to take back with the bishop. So I'm trying to see if there's any problem with me having to take back with the bishop. I don't currently see one, so I'm hoping there isn't one, so I'm going to go H3. But this is what I get for playing something I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, so he goes E5 and now H3. There's also F3, which is interesting. I'm not sure why one. Okay, F3 would be better because maybe I want to go H4, H5. Alright, so I don't want to waste time on H3. The downside is he maybe can get his queen on this diagonal in certain variations. That's just a maybe. Oh god. I really don't like having to make out. Okay, I have no time. Let's just choose something and go with it. Choose something and go with it. Let's go with G3. I mean H3. I want to preserve the F3 square for my knight. If I go F3, the knight kind of doesn't have a square. Okay, so he goes here. He's hitting this point and maybe telling me that I probably should have gone F3 instead. Anyways, one thing I can't do is to go for an immediate G5 because now I hit the knight before he can take. The threat now is that he takes here, and when I take back, he takes my pawn. So if I go here first, then he no longer has that option because then he would have to drop back. Then I can maybe play knight F3. I think I actually do like the look of that, so I'll go for that. Because then I also do get knight F3, which is a move that in general I like to get in. So here the main problem for me will be where to castle because I've done this madness on my king side. And the queen side doesn't look too good either. So he goes for an early F5. Probably need to take en passant, right? I think that's the only thing that makes any sort of sense. I don't like that it opens up his rook, but probably can't help it. And maybe I push D5 now. Maybe. Because now, or maybe I take on E5. What kind of position do I want to play now? Now that's the king side that's opened up. Maybe I can attack him here, right? So if I can play queen D2, castle long, then bring one rook here, then like H4, H5 looks like a thing I can do. But to play for an attack on a flank like this, you need a center to be locked. So that's why I was considering D5. I can't go for that kind of attack if all this tension is still here. So I'm down a lot of time. So let's start blitzing. So we'll go for D5. If anyone wants to teach me how to play blitz, I would love to learn. I have no idea how these guys play so quickly because all of these decisions are extremely interesting and very important. So I don't see how anyone plays blitz and doesn't like die. So the knight wants to come and sit in here. It looks to be a fairly nice square. But I do have a move. I can go do something like this. Maybe it's not as annoying as I seem to think. You know what I think? I think also his knight here is maybe not as annoying as he seems to think. So I think if I just go queen d2, I can actually just leave the knight here and not do anything, just castle long. Because what exactly is the knight threatening? I don't think this bishop is not my good bishop. I don't think he wants anything to do with that bishop. So, like, what exactly does the knight accomplish? But now he locks the center fully, so it gives me free reign to come to attack like I wanted to. If I start with rook g1, this pawn is actually hanging. He probably doesn't want to take it, but I probably also don't want to hang it either. And also h4, h5 is a thing, right? So why not just start with h4? This is the move I want to do. The downside is I give the bishop access to the g4 square. So bishop g4 becomes a move he can consider then. Wow, that actually might be annoying because then knight takes e2, queen takes back, and then bishop g4 just wins material. Oof. Okay, so I can't do that. Maybe that's annoying. Okay, I guess we have to do this then. And let him take the pawn if he wants to. He doesn't want to. I'm not sure whether I want to play a4 or not. It's actually a bit of an annoying decision to make. a4, yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Maybe let's give priority to our attack, right? Yeah, I think we should give priority to attack. Let's go h4, h5. Yeah, so we get a kind of typical out of the king's Indian position where we play on opposite sides of the board, but it's a funny reverse of the typical. The typical thing is that white is pressing on the queen side and black is counter-attacking on the king side. And here the roles are kind of reversed, and I am rather attacking him on the king side. So queen f7, I'm not sure what he wants to do with it. I guess he wants this tactic, but the problem is he walks into this move with tempo. Yeah. So I don't think he achieves what he wants. So he goes there. I can't push. Can I? No, maybe I can actually. I can't actually push, can't I? And now I'm hitting his king. Seems I'm hitting his king faster than he's hitting mine. So that's generally a good sign. Oh, he does this. I see. Oh, that's very annoying. Oh, that's really, really annoying. I did not see this move. Might actually be lost now. Oh, that's a shame. So I take here. What happens? Because I really, really don't want to activate this bishop, but I think it's forced. So that's my knight gets somewhere to run away to. But this might really just be lost. Okay, I guess we can play this one. Oh, I like this move. I really, really like this move. I'm happy that we get this move because after takes, I get the pass pawn. My knight gets into this square, and I'm actually not too unhappy. Actually not too unhappy. Okay, so we'll gain a bit of space by this push. Goes there. Do you want to take? We have 0 time. Yeah, 0 time, so we just went for something speculative. It doesn't work. It definitely doesn't work. But at least it opens up his skin, makes me pretend like I'm attacking something. It lets me pretend that I'm attacking something. Yeah, I had no time to play this well. What can you do? What can you do? You can't win them all. So we'll double on the G file. Yeah, that seems as good a plan as any. I just had no time. I think knight d7 to f6 wins the game pretty much on the spot. He goes there instead. So we'll try and double on the d file. The point is if he takes here, I go rook here and I actually win the screen. So So I'm threatening. Oh, he falls for it. That's not something you could have done, bro. So I might actually win this game. But the problem is I have no time. So let's go here. Hit this guy. I have no time. Okay, so he defends this one. I will take the pawn. Can play this with tempo, but I don't think it gets me anything. That's an annoying move. I guess my bishop should come out. Maybe I get tempo here. Maybe I go here. Let's get tempo. Tempo is always good. Then he goes here. If he goes here, I can take... Ah, okay, then this is just really strong. So he has to come here. Okay. This I'm happy with. I can even do this. This I'm very happy with, actually. Now pushing is not... Oh, I should have taken. Should have just taken. Yeah, I should have just taken. Let's threaten this and that. Oh, you are taking what made it much simpler than it's going to be now. Anyways, what can you do? Should have just taken this pawn and I have the chance. Okay, so he comes back, which lets me take. Is what I wanted to do in the beginning. So I'm a bit more happy now. I'm threatening this rook, and I'll play rook d1 next. I'm threatening to do this. So he seems to be losing the plot a little. He's definitely lost, but I have such little time that he has chances. I could even flag potentially. Okay, so he hits my queen. So let's go here. Keep an eye on everything. Maintain this pin. I like that pin. And next we want to put our rook here. Okay, I don't mind this at all. Then we'll do this. We're threatening this. Okay, how do you defend this guy? Like that, huh? Yeah, that probably works. So how do you want to do this? Let's go here. So you want to take and then get in here. If you get in any of these two squares, you pretty much win on the spot. So okay, so we take once and then we check here. I think that wins. And we win the knight, and the knight moves with queen. Yeah, we win the knights like this. Okay, that was a nice win. That was a pretty nice King's Indian, actually. I don't know what this variation is called. He wants a rematch. No, thank you. We only beat you once at a time. Let me see what the variation is called. Semi-Averbach system. Okay, I guess I probably was going for the Averbach and missed some move, maybe. Anyways. Yeah, it has this early g4 that kind of annoys black because black's typical normal plans don't work as well. So he kind of needs to come up with something different. And he didn't really do that very well. So I got this g5 and knight f5, I think was fine. But after takes and d5, when I locked the center and I kind of telegraphed my intentions to attack him here, he didn't really do a good job of trying to counter-attack on the queen side. He never really got a counter-attack on the queen side. He still tried to play on the king side, and he did quite well actually, because he did have a couple of active pieces, but he didn't do it well enough. Especially this move c5 doesn't seem to. I guess I was threatening to take the d6 pawns. Maybe it's important, but he didn't seem to do things with the urgency that was needed. Especially this move queen f7 just seemed to waste time. And actually after h6, I thought I'd lost, but I was just in time with this bishop f4, and normally it's not a good idea to open up his bishop like this. So usually you never really want to take the piece on f4 and let the pawn take back, especially since usually he has a knight that's ready to come in here. But okay, I think he also suffered from really bad development here. So it allowed me to come in with this move e5, which is a very instructive pawn sacrifice that frees the e4 square for my knights, so I get more active pieces, and also I get a pass pawn. And that complication proved to be too much for him to handle. Oh, I actually sacked a piece. Actually, I'd even forgotten I had to sack a piece. I was down to like 4 seconds. And I didn't really see any easy way of continuing. There was probably something slow that I should do, but with just 4 seconds left on the clock, sacking a piece makes a bit more. I mean, to get a pawn on h7, that looks a bit annoying. And thankfully, he fell into this trap with rook h5. And the rest, they say, was history. Okay, so that was a fun game. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment, drop a like. Happy chessing, and I'll see you later.